Hi Cancer, welcome to Life in Symbolism, and today we'll be doing your love reading. So I have shuffled the cards, I've meditated on your energy, we are ready to begin. Please bear in mind this is a general love reading for your sign. Let's look first at Cancer's current energy in love. Cancer's current energy, please. How are they feeling? What's their current energy regarding love life? Now the same for Cancer's significant other. Thank you. How does Cancer feel about their partner, their interest? How do they feel about Cancer? What is lying deep in the subconscious for Cancer when it comes to this relationship? Show me clearly, please. Thank you. Anything lying deep in the subconscious for Cancer's interest, for Cancer's person. What works well between these two people, please? What works well between Cancer and their love interest, or their person, their significant other? The person that they are thinking about in love. And what challenges might they face? Fantastic. Okay, let's make a start, Cancer. So let's see how you're feeling and how your person is feeling. So your current present energy, Cancer, what it looks like is that you're kind of bossing up in a way in terms of your professional life. So you're focusing quite a lot on your ambition at the moment, which is really interesting. So perhaps love at the moment isn't too much of a focus for you. It seems that you are cultivating your talents, anything that you have been working on behind the scenes. You're trying to find a way to bring this into your working world, if that makes sense. So maybe you've been studying, maybe you've been working really hard on a promotion, maybe you've been gaining some skills and some qualifications, and you're really keen now to use this in order to become more independent. It's helping you to gain in confidence. You're feeling quite in a strong position, really, in terms of what you're capable of doing, because it seems that you've worked really hard, and now you can use what you've gained in order to take you forward in the next stage of your life, to being secure, confident, strong and independent. So it is a transformative time for you. It's a big time for you, but it looks really good and it looks really positive. I'm not sure that really actually love at the moment is a huge focus. In terms of love, though, I think that you're a very trustworthy person when it comes to romance, and well, you're a trustworthy person anyway, upstanding, always try and do the right thing, do right by people. So there may be a sense of feeling guarded here as well. Maybe you've had a difficult past relationship, or maybe in your current relationship you've had a couple of tests where you've had to really stand your ground and defend yourself. So I think that you're ready to sort of move forward in a way that is logical and makes sense to you, but also you're sticking up for yourself. And I think that you've made certain decisions about your life and what you want from your life now that you're not willing to compromise on. So it's a very strong position to start in, Cancer. See if there's anything to clarify, please, for the King of Swords. Okay, very, very quiet. So I think we're going to move on from that. Thank you. So your person, if there is somebody that you are interested in, or someone that's already in your life romantically, it's interesting because they seem to be going through a little bit of a time of uncertainty or maybe a bit of confusion. The moon is ruled by Pisces, so you might be dealing with or spending time with or interested in a Pisces, or someone who has a lot of Pisces in their chart. This is someone who's very intuitive, who has a real connection with animals. It's the sort of person that when you go out with them, dogs just come and run over and want to see them. So they're very almost psychic, very intuitive. But what this means is that sometimes this person can become a little bit disillusioned because they have such psychic senses, and I think they can maybe be very sensitive, but that's something that I think you understand, Cancer. But Pisces is well, the moon is representing that sometimes there's confusion, and they're not sure how they feel, or maybe they have doubts, and they're just kind of coming forward. I see someone sort of progressing really cautiously and carefully. And I think that this person can be quite emotionally, like I say, they're sensitive. So sometimes their emotions can run quite high, because we've got lots of water, obviously Cancer or water. The moon is ruled by Pisces, which is water. So there's lots of this sort of watery, mysterious elements when you think about how deep the minds can be. And there's lots of mystery here. So maybe they're keeping that card to their chest. They're being really cautious. Maybe it's difficult for you to understand exactly how they feel. And maybe even that's because they're not 100% sure how they feel and they're taking their time to figure it out. Anything to clarify, please, from the moon? So definitely if this is a new relationship, I see someone approaching very cautiously and very slowly. They might not have even made it clear to you that they have feelings. I don't see that you've necessarily had that open communication. Yeah, there's a little bit of a sense of guardedness. And I like, actually, Cancer, that here's a crab. So that could well be you as well. Maybe you're approaching them really cautiously. They're approaching you really cautiously. Maybe nobody wants to get hurt. And yeah, everyone's being very careful. And so if you're in an existing relationship, again, maybe there's just been a little bit of a time of a breathing space. No issues, not a break or anything like that. Just taking a little bit of time out to really understand how you feel, and to kind of understand emotions, it seems like. So how you feel about your person, Cancer, is really interesting because this card wanted to come out on their side. In the upright position, this is someone who's really free and loving. They're really fun, they're very creative, they're quite confident. But it's interesting that this person can have a bit of a fiery temperament. They're mostly optimistic, mostly very sort of sure of themselves. But if they're a little bit out of balance, they can become a bit possessive or a bit jealous, sometimes even with a bad bad temper. So it's just really interesting that this person is on their side. I feel like maybe there's a bit of stubbornness, or maybe a little bit of a impatience here. There's something that's causing a lack of confidence in your person, and I think maybe you've seen one or two things that's causing you to be just to question, to you're not 100% sure, I'd say, Cancer. Because I feel that this person has huge potential, but with them feeling a little bit disillusioned at the moment and a little bit unsure, I think, Cancer, you're someone who needs someone to be totally sure, because you need that confidence in a relationship, because you feel deeply, and you don't, obviously we need to protect ourselves. Everyone protects themselves to a certain extent, particularly with their hearts, and I think you're being mindful of that. So until this person has made up their mind and come to you clearly and openly, and are willing to express to you how they feel, you're not going to make that first step. I think you're waiting for them to come to you. So that's how you're feeling about them, but I think you see the potential in them, and you are very attracted to them. They've got a lot going for them. They are, you do seem to work well together, but there's this side to them sometimes that makes you a bit nervous, I think. Anything to clarify, please, for the Queen of Wands? Thank you. Whoops. Oh, sorry, bear with me. So I love that we've got the Queen of Wands here, clarifying the Queen of Wands. I mean, that doesn't happen all that often. And the fact that they are turned upright here shows me that mostly you are confident in them. There's just been maybe a bit of a wobble, and they have wobbles sometimes, which therefore causes you to have just a little bit of a doubt, just to be a little bit cautious, holding back a tiny bit. So how you feel about them is, actually, you see so much potential with them. You see so much long-term potential. It's actually a really good time for you guys to test your relationship and to maybe make a move and to see how far this can go. I know that there's doubts and there's nervousness on both sides, a little bit of defensiveness, but I think really the momentum for you guys is really good. We've got luck here, and we've got a seed of potential. Now it says, actually, really now is the time to take action if you really are contemplating a relationship or moving forward with this person. It says now is a really, really good time. You might have to be a little bit patient, but I think that you can work together to determine what you want to do, and how you want to, if you really want to take this relationship to the next step. Momentum is coming. I can see that you'll be really good at supporting each other. It's like you've got the chance here, Cancer, to write this story if you want to. All that it's sort of waiting on is you making a move and making some kind of breakthrough with your person. Maybe writing to them, look, with the Ace of Wands there, sending them a message, getting in touch. I think that might be all it needs to really kickstart something between you and really taking things to the next level. So this person could be someone that you've known for a really, really long time. Or they have some kind of link to your childhood, Cancer. Or it could even be that, okay, so there's a healing element to the Six of Cups here. And how they feel about you is that you are an extremely healing, kind, caring person. So any doubts that they've got, and I'm going to also combine here what's going on for them under the scenes, which is heartbreak. So this person has suffered a lot of heartbreak. They've had a breakup, they've had pain in terms of love and relationships in the past. So how they see you is somebody who has the potential to heal them, but they just need to kind of make sure that they don't allow what happened in the past to have an influence on you guys, on the present, on moving forward with you, because there's a slight risk there, which explains why they're moving forward so cautiously and so carefully, because it could have left them with a bit of a scar. So I think they've potentially not 100% let go of what happened, and until they do that, they're not going to be ready to 100% move forward with you. So that's why they're being really slow and really, really cautious. But I'm interested with this link to childhood. I wonder if you maybe perhaps have known each other before in the past, maybe from school. You may have been in a relationship with this person before. That's interesting. Yeah, there seems to be an element of familiarity before we've got commitment here. So how they're feeling about you is, I think they're interested in commitment. They're interested in taking things to the next stage, but they're also so cautious. And I think because they're so cautious, it leads them sometimes to be a bit confusing, because they're not being completely open with you. They're being really defensive and they're protecting themselves. And I think that sometimes makes you think, well, what the hell's going on? Like, you're very intuitive, Cancer. You can tell when someone's not being 100% open and honest. You can tell that, and that's what's making you feel a bit defensive, because you can tell that they're not being 100% open. So, but this is purely protecting themselves, and you protecting yourself as well. It's kind of like someone just needs to take it forward. Someone needs to decide to take the action, take responsibility for it, and take it forward and see what happens, because there's a reluctance on both sides. But with Judgment here as well, this is like, and sometimes things coming back from the past. So again, there's an element here of a link to something to do with your childhood or their childhood. Maybe you've known each other once before, or maybe your parents know each other from long time ago, or maybe if someone's moving, back to a place from their past, you reconnect, you bump into each other in the supermarket or something. I don't know, there's this kind of element of something coming back from the past that's been here before. With the Judgment card here as well, Cancer, there's some kind of transformation here, a letting go. I think your person knows that in order to have any real future with you, and in any romantic relationship, they've got to be prepared to understand what happened, learn the lessons from the past, and then allow themselves to move forward without doubts. And I think that that's coming. I think they're understanding this. They've maybe got some forgiveness that they need to do. But how they feel about you is there's a healing element to you. They're nervous, they're being careful, but at the same time they are interested in a commitment. They are interested in moving forward. I think they think that you understand them really, like, on another level, and they feel really comfortable communicating with you and sharing with you. But then it's just what's happened in the past, this breakup or these heartbreaks that they've had, these lessons that have been difficult for them to learn, that they need to, that they're sheltering themselves a little bit. So behind the scenes for you, Cancer, what's going on behind the scenes is you are, again, I'm seeing focused now on making huge steps forwards, not only in your love life, but in your career and in your personal life. I'm seeing potentially a new career, a change of job. Reading that with what I've seen so far, maybe some of you are starting up your own business because you've worked really hard, you've studied, you've improved qualifications and skills. So there could be the start of a new business here. Maybe you're in an entrepreneurial spirit. You're finding a way to move forward with all the skills that you've learnt. So again, this is a huge focus for you, which may not necessarily mean that you're going to rush things in love life. I don't think that is your priority. I think you have an interest, but it seems to me like there's almost certain things that you want to put into place with other elements in your life before you focus wholeheartedly on this relationship, or on a relationship, or on your love life. You may have been sheltering yourself also, Cancer, for some time with the Hermit card here. Yeah, there's an element of hiding yourself away whilst you've been studying and learning and putting things into practice, putting things into place for your future. You've gone quiet, you've been behind the scenes whilst certain things have needed to be put into place. And I think that you need to do that before you're able to look into your love life more and put more energy into that. It's really nice to see the wish fulfillment here with the Star card. So this is a really good omen. So what's happening for you behind the scenes is whatever it is that you're wanting to put into place is going to work really, really well. Whatever it is that you're desiring, whether it is, for example, starting up your own business, moving house, progressing in some way, it's going to go really, really, really well, like really well. There's huge potential. So yeah, again, Cancer, I wouldn't say that love is your first and primary concern at the moment, although of course it is there behind the scenes. What works really, really great for you between the two of you is there's nobody else in your relationship, in your love life at the moment. There's nobody else that you're thinking about, that you're wanting to pursue. There's not like either of you are holding your options, keeping your options open. All past relationships have ended and ended completely. Neither of you have loose ends to tie. I think your person has a little bit of a leftover pain that they might need to deal with, because that's causing them to be a little bit careful and cautious and maybe doubtful, where they know that they need to kind of let go of that in order to move forward. They're a bit protective of themselves, but there's nothing hanging over, if you like, from previous relationships. So you're both ready to transform and to move forward with a completely fresh start. What could be a potential challenge for you guys? If you're so stuck in your ways, Cancer, and they're so stuck in their ways, because I see a bit of reluctance on both sides to actually bite the bullet and take action. You may both allow yourselves to focus more of your attention on your work, on sort of material elements, on creating more money, managing your money, finding stability, material stability, that sort of thing. Now, what's really interesting is this could be a way to avoid the emotions. So rather than focusing on an emotional connection, if there's a doubt to take the next step or a reluctance, then instead there may be more of a focus on material and wealth and on money and on things and possessions to kind of fill that emotional void. I think you both have the tendency to do that, and I think that it's a self-protective thing, and it's also a little bit of a way to help you control the situation, so you're not putting yourself out there for rejection. Also, if you guys get together, you might be really possessive of each other. That's something else I'm seeing. So I know that your person has a tendency to be a little bit fiery and sometimes a bit jealous. So that could be a potential issue. But I imagine that comes from this past heartbreak for your person. with the Queen of Cups in reverse here, there might be at times, yeah, this is buying into this idea of focusing on material instead of emotional, because it might be difficult for you to express your feelings or for them to express their feelings, and therefore there's a bit of a detachment emotionally or an escapism emotionally, which is a shame, really. Because it's like just a reluctance to get hurt and to put yourself out there. Especially for you, Cancer, I see you've been working behind the scenes and a bit sheltered for quite some time. So you're starting to put yourself out there a little bit, but I think that might take some time. So there's a little bit of a reluctance to express emotions, how you're feeling, because there's this sense of defense on both sides. So there are potential challenges for you. Anything to clarify about the Death card, please? But I like that there's nothing, that anything that gets in your way, Cancer, is your own individual personal lessons that you need to learn and work on. It's not interference from third parties or anybody else. So you can rest assured that your person isn't interested in anyone else. I'm pretty sure you're not interested in anyone else. There's no thoughts from, past relationships or anything like that. Unless, of course, I can see for some of you that you have been together before, or something has happened. You've almost known each other or almost gone there together before, something along those lines. Okay, nice. Well, the overall card of overall energy, I'm going to finish with for you as a Sun card. So finishing off overall with pleasure, health, joy, with being really happy, with finding like a new zest for life, a really positive mindset, a positive approach to life. I feel that if you are able to put any worries and doubts aside, if your person is able to let their self-doubts go and any remaining pain from the past go, if you're able to have this emotional communication and allow yourselves to attach on an emotional level, then what it seems like is a really successful, happy relationship, one which will leave both of you feeling really positive, and something that is healing for you both. The key here is self-expression, opening up, expressing how you feel, expressing your feelings, and this is coming on both sides. That seems to be what's required in order for you guys to come together successfully. And again, sometimes a Sun card can be a reunion, so for some of you, again, you may have known each other before. If not, then you bring each other this healing, childlike energy where you really connect on a soul level and understand each other and bring, if you had, especially for your person, any healing that was required, I can see that. I can see you doing that for each other. So it looks really positive, Cancer. I hope that this helps. Please let me know in the comments, and you can like and subscribe if you haven't already. It's really helpful for me, and it lets you know when the next videos are uploaded, so please hit the notification bell. Thank you for sharing your time with me, and I'll see you on the next one.